It's the year 473 UC. Henissen arc hummed with a low, steady vibration. It burst out of the wrap space tunnel, the swirling colors and lights dissipating into the vast, dark expanse of space.
We've located a red dwarf, Commander.
It's confirmed as the Amritzar Star, Commander. It's 462 light-years away.
Well done, folks. What's our distance to our target abandoned planet, Lieutenant?
We've got it, Commander. It's 1/10 of a light-year away. It's a dwarf planet, a sub-Earth with a thin atmosphere, only half the size of Earth.
Captain, reduce our speed to 1/100th of c and match the velocity of a typical asteroid. We don't want to expose ourselves. There may still be Empire outposts or explorer ships nearby.
Copy that, Commander.
And please help me to get Gwen.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, Gwen. Can you please deploy 1,000 mini unmanned scout ships around us? I need to monitor all movement around us within a 1 cubic light-second radius. Also, can you please get me Fazaketh?
Copy that, Commander.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, Ion. I have a mission for you. Please gather 100 engineers along with robots and board the Empire cargo ship we have with us. I need you to be our vanguard to find the abandoned base on our target planet and do some prep work before we land if needed. Estimate if there are any potential threats and report to me daily. Your ship will travel at 0.6 C, so you will arrive in a week. Our arc will proceed cautiously and travel slowly. We will meet you in about 90 days.
Copy that, Commander.
Fazaketh sailed with 100 elite engineers and robots. They arrived at the designated planet on 27th August, 473 UC. According to the coordinates downloaded from Henissen's chip, they found an abandoned Confederate airbase. The base is located at the north pole of the planet, where there's a water ice cap. The base covers an area of only 1,000 square kilometers.
Colonel, our drones and robots conducted a detailed search and found no detectable living beings. According to the computers, this base was abandoned in 18 RC, which is over 100 years ago.
Thanks, Ali. We have two objectives. First, to build a landing ground for our Ark. Second, to set up basic infrastructure for a population of 400,000 people when they arrive. The commander has asked me to explore the possibility of going underground. Let's start our work. We have 80 days to complete the task.
On December 1st, 473 UC, Henissen's arc entered the orbit of the dwarf planet. 400,000 people once again stepped onto solid ground and celebrated the new year of 474 UC. From day 0 to day 100, the colony was a hive of activity. Establishing a human habitat with a functioning ecosystem was an urgent priority. Henissen took the lead in restoring the law and constitution of the United Stars of the Galaxy, which had been abolished by Rudolph. An election, absent for 165 years, was scheduled to take place. As expected, Ari Henissen was elected as the chief counselor.
Ari, I understand the logic behind building all our shelters underground. You have just been elected as our chief for less than 2 weeks. Why are you proposing to the council to seek a budget for building 100 starships? And among those, 10 of them are warships. Why do we need warships? Our people have already had a long journey, and we all need some time to rest and recover.
Gwen, I fully understand the concern from all of you. We are all human beings. We want to settle down and live meaningful lives. However, as a leader, it's my responsibility to ensure our safety. The fact is, we are not safe. Don't underestimate the Empire. They have vast territories with a large population and abundant resources. Honestly, we've had a bit of luck up until now. However, we cannot rely on luck. We need to be prepared. Remember the night we were at the Stargate? I told you about crossing the Orion Arm to the other side. This is still an option on the table, and the best option for us.
How much time do we have, Ari?
Henissen didn't answer. he remained silent. It was May 9th, 474 UC. The Wanderers had left their home on Altair's 7th almost a year ago. Meanwhile, the Empire army had been very busy. Since they had lost track of the rebels, Otto II was furious. He fired his Secretary of Defense and gave orders to hunt the rebels down. The Admiral of Starfleet, Duke of Rosenberg, took the lead in dealing with the rebel. Rosenberg made a mistake from the very beginning. He thought the rebels used the Stargate to jump in the direction of Sirius. Earth and Sirius were a haven for cults, pirates, and rebels. After 18 months of searching, he found nothing, and Otto II fired him. The great god Odin bestowed her luck upon the rebels. Kaiser Otto Frederick II died in December 474 UC. His son, Augustus I, succeeded him as the 9th emperor of the Golden Baum Empire. Politics within the Galactic Empire became chaotic. The hunt for the rebels was paused after Rosenberg's resignation. Henissen and his 400,000 people have been busy with various projects on their new home. 3 years have passed.
Gwen, I have a new mission for you.
Lately, you seem worried. What's on your mind, Ari?
My first term is coming to an end, and I will be running for a second term. According to the survey, it will be a tough battle. I'm not sure if I can secure a second term.
You need to soften your stance on building starships. People prefer to stay here. That's where you're losing ground.
Let's put this aside for another day. Remember the entrance of the corridor.
Please listen to me this time, Ari.
Listen to me, Gwen. This is very important. Since the day we landed here, I have been sending satellites towards the corridor. The first goal is to locate the exact entrance, and the second is to gain a better understanding of it.
All right, Ari. What have we discovered so far?
The first signals were sent back 2 years ago. We have been gathering information every day. The corridor is 1 light year away, and we have the coordinates. There's a star inside the corridor approximately 2% of a light year from the entrance, which matches what the titanium chips indicated. They call this star Altini, which creates a relatively larger cave inside the corridor, where the entrance is very narrow.
You want me to check it out, right, Ari?
Yes, you are the man I can trust. For your information, we tried hard to send our satellite into the corridor, but the deepest one only survived a short distance. Set sail with a few men, ships, and robots. Name anything you need, Gwen. Try to check for a safe passage from here to the entrance. Most importantly, try to see what's dangerous inside the corridor.
When do you want me to set off?
The election will be held in April. Please set off in March, so that no one can block this exploration campaign. One more thing. Here's a secret plan formulated by our military advisor committee. Have a look and see if you can set it up as stated.
Gwen sailed off with 5 warships on March 12th, 478 UC. Henissen won his second term. However, he needed to make a compromise with the opposition in Parliament to trim down the target starship building from 100 to 85 starships. On the other hand, 478 UC was a dramatic year for the Golden Baum Empire. After a short reign of 3 years, Augustus III was imprisoned by a coup plotted by powerful lords and nobles. His cousin Jericho I rose to the throne as the 10th emperor. Among the nobles, a young duke named Lucas Rosenberg was favored by the new king. Rosenberg's father, due to his failure in searching for the rebels, died in shame. Young Lucas, determined to restore his family's honor, proposed a strategy to hunt down the rebels to the new king. He planned to utilize the resources of the supercomputer and telescope to search every corner of the Empire for abnormal energy and mass in space caused by warp jumps on that specific day and time 5 years ago. The new emperor finally approved his proposal in 479 UC. Lucas formed a team to search planet by planet, star zone by star zone, using the Empire's powerful computing resources. He skipped Sirius and Earth, where his father had already spent 18 months searching. He also skipped the star zone Wahala, where the capital Odin is located. After 25 months of searching, he successfully identified 19 space zones with abnormal energy phenomena, indicating a warp jump had occurred. The suspect space zones vary from 1 to 5 light years. He immediately sent out billions of spy probes to these areas. It's the year UC 481. Meanwhile, Gunn has set off on his return trip from the corridor to his home.
We have lost 2 ships and 47 men, with 100 wounded, Ari. We navigated as far as the star Altini and back. There's an exit from the corridor, but our furthest ships and probes only reach a few AUs from the star. The farther away from the star, the more hazardous the journey becomes.
How did the ship get wrecked? In your journal, you mentioned there are tiny black holes, abnormal gravity, and hypersonic dust and light inside the corridor.
One ship hit a mini black hole when it entered the corridor. Another one, sailing too close to Altini, got damaged and was eventually abandoned. Put it this way, Altini is like a pillar between the Orion and Sagittarius arms. While the 2 arms spiral and crush each other, creating abnormal gravity, Altini creates a corridor in between. The closer we sail to Altini, the safer it is. We have only mapped from the entrance to Altini. It's 1% of a light-year distance.
So you mentioned in your report that from Altini to the exit, it's only an estimated distance of 1.5% of a light year.
It's only an estimate. Our probes either got cooked or disconnected by the solar flares of Altini, or supersonic beams, dust, and anything else you can name.
Don't get me wrong, your team has done an awesome job. You made the right call this time since it's too dangerous to go any further. We need better gear for the next exploration. It's already a win because we've got a safe path for the entrance and mapped the exit.
Thanks. By the way, Ari, I have set up everything you and your military advisor planned.
Thank you, brother. You always bring me good news. We've only completed 75 starships in 7 years. People have let their guard down. I'm worried, but you always give me hope and cheer me up.
Don't worry. You'll get more good news in my next exploration. I can set sail again next month.
Henissen fell silent again. He had a gut feeling that time was running out. His instinct was right. 23 days later, an Empire probe showed up 1% of a light year from their planet. It was the Rosenberg probe.
Empire probe identified. It's 10 meters by 3 meters in size, 2 per 1,000 light years away. Should we have permission to launch our missiles?
Chief Counsel, if we fire at the Empire probe, we will expose our position. Furthermore, the Empire will know there's a human habitat here.
Marcus, you're our Chief Intelligence Officer. Have you spotted any probes or voyage ships close to us in the past 7 years?
No, Chief Counsel. The closest one is 2 to 3 light years away, and it's a cargo ship.
You got something to say, Jessica?
Chief, as your military advisor, based on probability and critical thinking, this probe is likely after us. I strongly oppose the idea of shooting it down. We should stay low and get ourselves prepared.
Phase Keth, any idea what we should do as a precaution?
Chief, activate all our base's disturbance systems immediately. We need to ensure the probe can't get any readings of the base. Also, announce to the public that it's prohibited to go to the ground until further notice.
You have my permission, Fazaketh. Marcus, get me Gwen.
Hi, Ari. About the Empire probe, right?
Yes, Gwen. Please get everything ready. Prepare all our warships and starships for launch. Also, share your experience with the engineers and bots to refine our ships for crossing the corridor. And Marcus, keep an eye on the probe. Report the status to me every hour.
Chief, you need to declare martial law and instruct the public to prepare.
No, Jessica. I'm not Rudolph, and we're not an empire or kingdom. We'll host a referendum. Set up an online debate with all parties tomorrow, and we'll have a referendum the day after. We'll let the people decide if we stay or go. I'll resign if we lose the referendum.
The debate had been a stalemate, dragging on for 48 hours without a conclusion. The population was split into 2 camps. The younger folks preferred to stay, while the seniors, who had experienced the Empire's iron fist, were more eager to leave. Ironically, it was Rosenberg who solved the problem for Henissen and his people. 6 hours before the referendum, 20 more spying probes were found and 2 of them had sent out drones to as low as 100 kilometers altitude from the ground. Now, it's an easy pick for the people. The population of the rebels has grown a bit since they left Altair's 7. This time, Henissen needs to evacuate his 415,000 people.
Gwen, this time I need to leave you behind. We have 80 starships in total, including 18 warships. I'll leave you with 12 warships, the Empire cargo ship, and our old Ark, Ion Thazaketh. You'll have 800 soldiers and bots. I'll meet you at our agreed galactic latitude in 90 days.
Ari, I'll block any Empire ships that tail us. Stay safe. If, and it's only if, anything happens to me and my folks, I'll send you a signal, and you need to run ASAP.
We've planned this for 7-8 years, and I have full confidence in your setup. We'll be safe. Tomorrow, we'll drink from the cup of wine we fought for today.
Gwen hugged Ari, tears in his eyes. There was no time to hesitate. It was November 12th, 481 UC. The rebels fired all their missiles at the Empire's spy probes in orbit. Once the probes were destroyed, a fleet of 66 ships set sail. 7 days after Henissen left, over 100 spy probes gathered again in their orbit. The probes started sending war robots to the ground, designated their base and habitat. Gwen's ships, along with the Icy Ark, also set sail.
We will drink from the cup of wine we fought for today.
It was November 19th, 481 UC. The legend had just begun.